All right. Welcome everybody to Wednesday Power 30. Super excited to be hopping on with you. If you are live, ladies will love seeing you on here. If you are watching the recording, hey, hello. So proud of you for popping back into this, listening to it, probably while you're driving or doing 10 million other things. But I love a good multitasker. So welcome everyone. Okay, so I've got some notes because I feel a little squirrel brain this morning. I had just needed to like brain dump all of this out. But I also don't want to get like off track too much. So we're just going to kind of follow some of the notes I've got going on here. And we're going to go from there. Okay. So like, let's just be honest. Okay. I am not one that is going to like fluff you up through unicorns and glitter, right? That's not me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, I'm going to not sugarcoat anything. You're going to get it straight. You come here to get fired up, to get things that you can take away and do. And I am not the one that is going to like give you the feel good pep talk, right? I promise though to fire you up and push you on. Nicole's like, that's what I need. Like, bring it to me. Right. That's me. I'm like, the reels and the Instagram posts and all the stuff of like the people yelling and coaches yelling and they're like super, like, that's me. That's how you're going to talk to me. That's my jam there. So, I was listening yesterday to a series that some of the Jewels are doing, and we were talking about how there's days that even as a diamond, doesn't matter where you are, silver, just getting started, silver, ruby, diamond, there's going to be days that you just don't feel like doing this. You just don't feel like. I have more days of that than I feel like I should sometimes. And a lot of it is affected by outside things, outside, what is the word? I'm not finding. Influences. It's not like my messaging, it's not my posting, right? It's usually like an outside source or outside force, something that's totally unrelated to what I am personally doing, like in my business, within my little walls, my messages, my reach outs, my follow ups. It's usually something outside of that that is causing me to feel like I just don't feel like doing this today. I don't want to show up today. Maybe the weather's not great. Maybe you had a little spat with a friend or a spouse. Maybe you'd rather be at the beach. Maybe you snapped at your kids and now you feel bad. Maybe like life is lifing. Maybe you don't feel good, right? It's going to happen, and it's going to happen to you all throughout your journey. There were days where, and there still is days where I'm just like, this might be easier if I don't do this, right? And I've said before, I've made that mistake of saying that to my husband, and he's like, are you sure? Like, because you got up when you wanted to this morning and you drank coffee and your jams on the couch and you think maybe like it would be easier not to do this? Like, right? I don't know. But sometimes it just feels like I just don't feel like doing this today, right? And the true difference between myself and you and other people on our teams and diamonds, right? Because most of us would say that's our goal. Diamonds they didn't quit on those days. They didn't throw in the towel. They felt the feels, they felt the thoughts, they journaled it, they wrote it down, they brain dumped, they called their sponsor. They worked through the thoughts and the feelings, right? Because we can't ignore them. We can't shut out like, why am I feeling this way? Why is this heaviness? Why am I feeling like I'm missing out? Why do I feel like this is just hard? Why is it stuck? Why do I think it'll be easier? Like, we can't ignore those because y'all, they just layer up. They just layer and layer and layer and layer. And then before we know it, we're so bogged down by these things because we're not working through them that it's nearly impossible now. Now we've got a lot of legwork to do, right? So the difference between us and we'll just say a diamond is they didn't give up on those days. They leaned into those days. Okay. Amber Miller said yesterday that she's like, I check my energy level, and I found this super, for me, you guys, this is probably something I'm going to start to think about. She checks her energy level every day. She rates it a 1 to a 5. 5 is perfect. Great. We're on top. We're here. She said, if my energy is a 3 or lower, I'm going to take a beat and I'm going to figure out why. I'm going to study that. I'm going to look at that. Why am I under a 3? Like, where is my energy going? What is draining me? What is sucking me dry? And we need to fix that because for my business, for myself, for my family, for my goals, I need to be at a 4 or a 5 every day. And guys, that's a choice. That sounds like something that, like, well, can you imagine being a 4 or 5 energy every day? Like, doesn't that sound exhausting to some people? I'm like, can you imagine? But no, but you get the choice of what's my energy right now? What can I do to change it? And how do I raise that level? So, guys, what we do is super, super simple. Okay. But we love as human beings to overcomplicate this. Okay. And today we're going to kind of go through a little bit of a wake up call and realize that what we do is not rocket science. What we do is not rocket science. It is not super hard. We just need consistency and discipline. That's what we need. Okay. So some of the excuses, we talked about some of these last week too, if you listened to my power last week, but some of the excuses, feel free, please, to interact here. Drop them in the chat. What are some of the lies or the excuses that you're telling yourself or that pop up? Maybe it's like that quiet voice that pops up when you're like, I need to go send messages, and it's like, and you don't, right? A lot of times I just didn't have time today. I don't have time. I'm so busy. I got so much to do. I'm really, yeah, see, Nicole, I'm with you, girl. I got so much to do. I'm really busy. Okay. The truth of this is, we talked about this last week. It's not a time problem. It's a priority problem. Call Amber Miller right now. Call Alita with her 10 babies. Call Celeste Quinn and tell them, I don't have time to do this. That's not going to go over well. Megan is like, I am not making that phone call. I'll just get back to it. Thank you. Like, right? It's not a time problem. It's a priority problem, y'all. And I'm guilty of every single one of these things that I'm telling you. My kids are being too much and overwhelm me. Amen. Amen. Right? Like, we've got diamonds that've got 10 kids. Like, God bless them. And they homeschool those little kiddos. God bless them. But you know what? Their priorities look different than ours. It's a hard truth. Hard truth. Their priorities look different, right? How about another one? I don't know what to post. How many of us do this? Our jobs are literally like social media, like creators, and we're like, I don't know what to post. Okay. You don't have a posting problem. Shh, Millicent, can you get him, please? Like, you don't have a posting problem. We have a consistency problem, okay? Because you literally can post about yourself, your kids, your family, your journey, your products, the business, what you ate for lunch, where you're traveling, like your favorite lipstick. Like, Michael post the other day, he was posting like they're on vacation, like where the storm is, like what's happening in your life. Like, guys, the problem is that you don't know what to post. You're just not consistent. If we would just get into a routine and be consistent with what we're posting, know your brand, know what you want to post. There's people that are like, I don't want to post my kids. Okay, don't post your kids. Stop thinking about, I don't want to post my kids, and start figuring out what you are going to post. I don't know what to post. Do you know what your brain is saying? You're right. You don't know what to post. Turn that around. People don't want perfect, you guys. Thank Jesus, because I ain't got that here. They don't want perfect. They want real. They want real. Show your life. Show up. All right. What's another one? If drop them in the chats if you can. Okay. So another example I have is people don't respond to me. Ask chat. Yes. Like, seriously, ask ChatGPT. If you don't know what to post, like, it literally will tell you, hey, this is me. Tell me what to post. But here's the problem, Nicole. Here's the problem. And I'm speaking to me too. How many of us have gone on there and done that and been like, give me a 30-day plan on social media? And then what do? We go in there and we scroll through the whole thing. We're like, oh, I don't know. I don't have time to make that. Oh, I don't have a picture for that. I need to make a reel for that. I don't have and then we don't do it. Who's the problem? It's not ChatGPT. That's for darn sure. I do it. I scroll through and be like, I don't really like that one. I don't really like that one. I need to find another one. Now I spent 20 minutes trying to find a reel that I don't even post. Yeah, I know. It's like I live this, Nicole. It's like I live it. Okay. People don't respond to me. I'm messaging everyone. No one is answering. Okay. It's not that they're not answering. It's that the follow-up is the problem. People are busy. Okay. People are busy. I don't care what time of year it is. Okay. It could be any month, any day. Doesn't matter. Everybody's busy. If you are not willing to follow up 5 to 7 times minimum, don't expect an answer. I think Joey said the other day on one of the calls, like, I will just keep messaging people until they tell me to stop. Like, I'm talking to myself because they haven't said stop. They keep reading it all, but they haven't said stop. It obviously hasn't bugged them enough. So it's not that they're not responding to you, have a follow-up problem. Guys, think about this. I'm going to use like plants as the thing here. We plant all these flowers, right? Or let's plant food because then we got seeds. We're going to plant these seeds, okay? There's a good chance they're not all going to come up at the same time. So if you've got a couple slackers, are you just going to give up and you're just like, I'm not watering them anymore? They're not coming up. They're a day behind everybody else. They're 2 days behind everybody else. That's probably not going to be any good. Not going to do that. And you just stop watering it. No, you can't just focus on people like, oh, these are the ones that are answering. I'm going to talk to these people because they answer me. Listen, I get it. It's frustrating. Okay. There's nothing like, I would rather you tell me no than not answer me. Right. In a perfect world. Same with like RSVPs. We have an event tonight and I was saying, I got a couple maybes and I'm like, maybes make my skin crawl. Not a maybe. Don't give me a maybe. Yes or no. Right. Because it's like a non-answer. Okay. So if you're planting these seeds once a month, like, and then you're not doing anything about it for a couple more weeks, you just let it sit there. You didn't water it. You didn't fertilize it. You did nothing. How can you expect them to grow a good crop with like a random effort, like random caretaking? It's not going to work. It doesn't matter that people aren't answering you. What is your follow-up? How many times are you willing to reach out to them? This is how sometimes people sign up 3 years later. Oh my gosh. And you're like, you realize how much time has passed. Follow up is the key. Okay. So we're going to talk about a couple non-negotiables that can help us. Yes, Jenny, consistent habits. Okay. People, and that's another thing I will touch on this. People will watch your consistency. If you're all over the map, you're in, you're out, you're not posting, you're posting, you're here, you're there, you're like, they have no idea what's going on. Okay. Your consistency matters to people because when they're looking at you, they're trying to see like, is this a fling or are they serious? Okay. Some non-negotiables in what we do. You have to post every day, something. I remember years ago when we got started 8 years ago, the rule then with the algorithm was like post 3 times a day in your cycle. So it was like personal, and then it was like whatever your other thing is, like spiritual or inspirational or arts and crafts, like whatever your other leg of your brand was. And then Plexus every day, 3 times a day. We would just cycle through because that's what the algorithm liked 8 years ago. You got to post every day. It does not have to be Plexus every day. Your Plexus posts don't even have to say the word Plexus, but you need to post on your social media every day. If you have children, post about your children and how your freedom and flexibility you have with them or what you're able to do with them or their sports or their activities or whatever the case may be, homeschooling. If you are a workout person, post your workouts, okay? People get really, really, really inspired by watching other people work out. Okay. They may never work out, but they are fully inspired by watching what you do. Or they are fully meaning to start working out and they're going to watch your workout and see what you do. And then they just never do it. It doesn't matter. You're inspiring them. Workout. What are you eating? Okay. I have decision fatigue over meals. Okay. I hate it. And I've even used ChatGPT. And again, I do the same thing. I use it for a couple days and then I give up. Like, I have decision fatigue over what we're eating for dinner. Okay. Post your meals. Show your snacks. Share your story. Here's a big one. Sharon Bowen and I were talking about this, about how she's like, sometimes I feel like I am unrelatable when people are getting to start because they look at who I am now. Like, you know, I'm nutritional certified. I'm a personal trainer. I work out. I train in a gym. I do supplements. She's like, they don't like people don't that are just joining don't realize that I was literally like working myself out to death, was not in shape, did not take supplements, had migraines, had one child, was depressed. Like they don't know that. And I'm like, you have to go back and share. This is who I was. This is who I am. This is why I started. This is where I'm at. Like we have to go back and share your story. And here's the thing that I remind myself when I feel like I'm like, who wants to hear this? You're not posting to your best friends. You're not posting to your family. You're not posting to your close-knit circle. That's not who you're posting to. Okay? You're not posting to them. So don't feel like, well, they've heard my story 100 times. Oh, they're going to know. Oh, they don't know. Get that. You're not posting to your friends. You are trying to grow your network and connect with other people. Okay? You have to show where you came from. Because that's relatable to people. Those of us that go to the bathroom every day, don't have headaches, have energy, can stay up past 7 o'clock at night, make extra money to pay bills. Like they have nothing in common. The people we are trying to sign up have nothing in common with us if you're in that state. Does that make sense? And a lot of times we forget to go back and make ourselves relatable. Like, this is where I came from. This is how I felt. This is what I looked like. These are the thoughts that I had. These are the feelings that I was experiencing. But this is what I found. And now this is why I am the way that I am, right? So posting every day, you are your brand. People are buying you. People are buying you because you're funny. People are buying you because you post inspirational things. People are buying you because they see hope in you. People are buying you because they have belief in you. Okay? This is why, I just saw this the other day. This is why celebrities can endorse products that they don't even take and people buy them. Like, because people see hope in them. People are like, oh my gosh, I want to look like her. I want to have muscles like him. I want to hit just like Bryce Harper. So I'm going to buy the bat that he uses. Like, come on. Right? They're buying you. Okay. Other one, daily conversations. We have to talk to people. If you're not talking and communicating, you're not building. And if you're not going to talk about business, you're going to have a bunch of product users, which is great. Product users are great and we love them. But if you're not going to talk, you're not going to build. Period. Period. And just start conversations. If you were in any of the Eric Worre trainings, start conversations. Hey girl, thought of you today. How's life treating you? Comment on somebody's story. Comment on somebody's reel. Don't overthink it. Be a human. Be a human. And I often like to think too, when I start having conversation, like, I don't know what to say. It's going to get weird. Think if they were sitting next to you or standing next to you at the sports field, how would the conversation go? Treat it like that. Treat it like that. And follow up. If you're not going to follow up with people, don't even message them. Follow up is key because back to what I was saying, people are busy. People are busy. They're running in 100 different directions. Not everybody lives in Messenger like us. Some people don't even have Messenger on their phone. Like, we have to follow up. Follow up is serving people well. You're not bothering them. Okay, I've done it. I open messages and I don't answer all the time. And I totally forget. So the 3 things that are going to move this business forward for you is posting, connecting, and follow up. Not Canva. Not how pretty your graphics are. Not scrolling. Not waiting around for momentum or a builder to just suddenly appear. That's not going to do it. Posting, connecting with people, having conversations, and follow up. That's all we do, you guys. on repeat. It's monotonous and it gets boring, but guess what? That's what's going to grow your business. Those things, not the extra stuff. And I mean, I'm even going to say, I think personal growth is super important. I think you should be listening to something or reading something every single day. However, that's not going to actually grow your business. Listening to a podcast is not going to get people to join your team. You have to apply what you're listening to, hearing in that podcast. Okay. All right. So here we go. Couple things. I'm going to challenge you today. Before you go to bed, I want you to make sure you've done these things. Post something. Start 5 new conversations. Follow up with 5 people. Today. Not tomorrow. Not on Monday. Today. Because if we don't get into action today and we put it off and you are going to go to bed, I want you to say to yourself, my business was not priority today. And then I want you to sleep good. Right? We have to start reframing that. Why didn't you do that today? It was not my priority. That's the reframe. These are the things that I have to do. We've all been on tons of calls, you guys. We've got the IPA sheets, we've gotten the instruction, we've got the motivation, we've all heard everything we could possibly need to go diamond. But the reality is we are not as consistent, as disciplined as we need to be. Me too. So this is not going to work if you only show up when you feel like it. It's not going to work. It can be messy. It can be imperfect. But you're not going to be able to create the momentum that somebody can, like, that no one can stop if you're just gas brake, gas brake, gas brake, gas brake. The consistency will get you there. Okay. So all of us collectively, we have amazing opportunity. Okay. Success is right there for all of us. We got to stop waiting for motivation, start focusing on the discipline and doing the actual things to move this business. Okay. That's not team chats and rah-rah and everybody and all the things. That's not it. Your personal business has to be your priority. No one else is sending messages for you. No one else is following up for you. No one else is posting for you. You have to do that. The rest of it is very important and has its place, but your priority has to be doing the things that move the needle forward if you want the massive success that you say you do. All right, so that's your challenge for tonight, or by tonight, today, not tomorrow. Okay, post, reach out to 5 people, follow up with 5 people, and move the needle forward. So thank you guys for jumping on or listening to the recording. Have a wonderful day.